Hello everyone, I'm Ms. Lassiter, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how to set and actually achieve academic goals for the new year. A lot of people begin new courses in the new year, or they're just ready to make some changes to their academic progress. Whether you're watching this video in the new year or at any other time during the year, hopefully it'll be helpful for you in achieving your goals that you're going to set for school, college, or other academic pursuits. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to set good academic goals for a new class or the new year, exactly how to break those goals down and achieve them, and some psychological tips and hacks for how to actually meet those goals and get to the point that you want to get to. I'm going to start with a quote from one of my favorite athletes, Alexi Pappas, who's an Olympic runner, and she says, "Write down your goals so that when you get them, you remember that you were brave enough to want them." I love that, and it goes with one of my top tips for achieving your goals, which is writing them down. But we'll get to that a little later on. So first, I want you to think about what do you want to achieve as your goal. This could be something specific related to your grades. Maybe you want to get an A in your course or get a 5 on the AP exam, or to get into a specific college or get an internship, or something a little bit more ambiguous like developing a better relationship with your teachers or professors so that they can write you good letters of recommendation down the road. Maybe you want to join a new club or just become a better student overall. Before you get too far into any of these goals, make sure that the goals that you are setting for yourself are things that are going to help you become the person that you want to become. Think about the long-term effects of these goals. Are you setting them for yourself, or is it parental pressure or school pressure that makes you feel like you need to set these goals? You will be much more likely to achieve the goal that you set if it's a goal that's coming from you and something that you really want for yourself. So before you get into any goal setting or goal writing or habit development, think about why you want that goal and if it's going to help you or other people in a positive way. Now, getting back to some of those goals I mentioned earlier, like getting a 5 on the AP exam or maintaining an A in your biology class, those goals are fine and they are trending towards specific, which is a good quality of an academic goal, but they're also big goals and they don't necessarily come with any actionable steps to help you achieve them. You want to make sure that goals you're setting for your academics are specific and involve small steps or actionable steps to actually get to those goals. You might have heard of the term SMART goals before, and if you haven't, this is an acronym which is usually described as S for specific, M for measurable, A for attainable or achievable, R for relevant, and T for time-sensitive or time-based. Sometimes these letters can be mixed around depending on who's telling you about the SMART goals, but the idea behind them is that for the S, you're identifying a goal with a specific, tangible outcome. The M, that it's measurable, that you can say whether or not you achieved it by meeting specific criteria or something that you can measure. The A is that it's something you can actually achieve. If you're setting a crazy goal that you know is really wild and probably not going to happen, for example, you're pulling an F right now in your class and you want to get an A by the end of the year, maybe scale it down a little bit and change that goal to pass the class by the end of the year. R can sometimes stand for realistic, but we're going to go with the relevant version for SMART goals today. And relevant just means that this goal you're setting is specific to the person you want to be and the overall goals you have for yourself in life. If it's not going to help achieve any long-term results that you're hoping for, then it may not be a goal that's worthwhile. For example, you may say you want to get a 5 on the AP Chem exam, but you're interested in going into humanities, or the colleges that you're applying to don't even accept AP exam results. Getting a 5 is still great, and it looks good on a transcript, but you may want to put your efforts towards other academic pursuits that you could shine in that are more relevant to the person or the career you want to have or the colleges you want to apply to. So make sure your goals are in line with that. And lastly, time-sensitive or time-based, make sure your goal has an endpoint and you've set it in a realistic time frame that you could actually achieve it in. If you don't have any deadline for your goal, then it's just something that's out there and it's more like a dream, which is great, but we're talking about specific academic goals in this video. The next thing is you want your goals to make sure they are broken down into actionable steps or things that you could check off easily. Again, getting a 5 on the AP exam is great, but how are you actually going to get there? Studying more? Sure. Doing better on tests? Sure. But how do you do that? How do you put more studying into your schedule? Or how do you do better on tests if you haven't been performing well in the past? So think about these examples for your SMART goals. For example, if you're in an AP class and you're struggling with free response questions, you could set a SMART goal as, I will practice FRQs on my own for 30 minutes once a week for the next 6 weeks. That's a SMART goal. You could check off this activity every single week to make sure you accomplished it. The practice you're doing is going to help you do better on your tests and on the AP exam at the end of the year. And it's relevant to possibly your overall goal of performing better on the AP tests or in your AP class. Another SMART goal could be I will attend office hours with specific questions to review at least 3 times before the final exam in my chemistry class. Again, something that you could track, it's measurable, and hopefully it's going to help you do better and help you achieve your overall pursuits of improving your scores on exams in a particular class. Here's one more. I will track my sleeping habits and go to bed before midnight at least 3 times per week during this month to keep myself healthy and my brain prepared for school. This one has smaller steps. It's something that you can track. It's something that's measurable. Did you do it? Did you not do it? And it does have an endpoint saying, build this habit for at least a month, and then we'll reevaluate at the end of the month. That's what's great about time-based goals as well, is if you have them scheduled for a short period of time, you can see at the end of that time period, did you achieve the goal? Did you not achieve the goal? And what can you do if you didn't make that goal to make it happen the next time you set a goal for yourself? Let's get back to that quote from the beginning of the video. Make sure to write these goals down once you've set them, whether that's digitally, in a notebook somewhere, anywhere that you know that you're going to not lose it and refer back to it. Actually writing down those goals will help you achieve it in the end. You also want to make sure you're tracking the little bits and pieces of the smaller steps on the way to the larger goal. If it's one of the SMART goals that I gave as an example earlier, what you could do is have little check boxes every single time you meet one of those criteria, or benchmarks. But make sure you're breaking down your goal into steps, and something like a simple checkbox list or a Google Keep note with checkboxes could be great for you to go through and keep track of your progress towards your goal. The next thing you're going to want to do to make sure that you do actually achieve your goal is to talk to people and share that you are working towards this. It's fine to have private goals and dreams. Say you're working on a novel and you don't want to tell people about it, that's okay. But as far as academics go, the more people you talk about your particular goals with, the more likely you're going to hold your own self accountable to it. If you feel like sharing on social media, great. If you feel like sharing with your friends, great. Family, that's great too. Just make sure you share your goals with at least one other person, and then hopefully they will help you keep track of that goal as well. The other thing sharing helps with is making sure you get the resources that you need to actually meet that goal. If, for example, you're not exactly sure how to sign up for office hours or go to a particular professor's office hours to chat with them, maybe your friend who's also in your class can help you navigate that and get all the information you need. Same thing goes with any practice resources you need, but telling more people about your goal will help you find the tools or the materials or whatever other support that you might not even know you needed to get to that goal. Another thing about resources is that asking for help is great as far as setting goals and using all the supports you can as far as professors or counselors or friends, but you may want to reevaluate who you're spending your time with and in the past what has prevented you from achieving these goals or being at the place you want to be. You may have a current friend group or a study buddy, but if in the past they haven't been helpful for you in actually getting to the place that you want to be academically, you may want to reevaluate that environment. If you value those friendships more than academic time, that's fine, but just know it may be harder to achieve some of those goals if some of your friends are a distraction. All right, let's get into the psychology tips for how to actually make sure you stick to these goals and achieve the academic results that you want to get this year. One tip from psychology is to not threaten yourself with not achieving that goal. So make sure you frame thought process around getting to that goal as something that's going to be good, a reward. Remember, you're working towards something that'll help you. You're not working away from something that's bad. If you tell yourself, if I don't get an A in AP Chem, I'm stupid or I'm a bad student, that is not going to help you actually get to the goal of getting that A. Instead, what you want to tell yourself is achieving all these micro goals on the way to studying more or practicing new strategies is actually going to help me become a better student overall, and then maybe I'll be rewarded with higher grades in the course. But you don't want to threaten yourself with bad outcomes if you don't achieve your goals. Again, make sure you write your goals down somewhere, make sure you have mini goals along the way to your larger goals, and don't forget you can use goal tracking apps or charts or even just a little sticky note where you check boxes off as you go. But make sure you've put in some motivational structures into your goals as well. For example, every time you achieve one of your smaller goals or a mini goal on the way to a larger goal, you can give yourself a reward. This could be something as simple as giving yourself a break one night from your rigid study structure, a dessert, a coffee, spending a few extra hours on YouTube, whatever you think is necessary for you to make sure that you are motivated to continue on the right path. So now it's your turn. Go ahead and set some goals for yourself that you think are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based, and make sure that you're keeping track of those goals and telling other people about them throughout the new year. What goals do you have for school or college or other academic pursuits? I'll reply with some motivating words if I can. Thanks so much for watching. Give this video a like if it's been helpful, and I'll see you later.